So when I left Roanoke, my dumbass got on the wrong way on the Parkway, and I was like, man, this is a gorgeous view. But yeah, that's because my dumbass saw it already. Alrighty, it is day 2. We had a great evening last night at the True out here in Asheville. Staff was friendly, the breakfast was good. On the 4th attempt, we were able to get my key card to work. Harley slept throughout the night. He passed the heck out. Slept all night. Gave me till about 5:15 when he heard me moving around. We went outside. He ate breakfast and did the things, and yeah. So it was a good night. Good stay. Good shower. And now it's day 2, and the place behind me that I needed to go to from yesterday will not open until 9. It's 7:30. The next place, which we'll still pull in at, which is the Folk Arts Center, yeah, they don't open till 10, so that's not going to happen either. Super. But hey, that's on me for condensing this entire trip into a shorter time period. Also, I brought a 6-foot leash with me, made by Lupine Pet. They make really good stuff, and they have a lifetime warranty on their stuff. So if it breaks, it doesn't matter why, they'll replace it for you. That's some good customer service. I've had to replace a harness once when Harley was much younger. So I've got a few leashes from them. So I brought a spare. You can already see where this is going. Asked them if I could exchange it. She said, well, it's not really messed up enough yet. I said, okay. So yeah, it broke this morning during breakfast. And I can't find the spare. I think it fell out somewhere between home and here, which is just super amazing. So yeah, I have no leash for my dog, which is great. So great. So, you know. So yeah, today's stretch will take me from Asheville, North Carolina, all the way up to, hopefully, Salem, Virginia, which is just west of Roanoke, Virginia. But yeah, this is going to be day 2, and next thing we're going to do is in about 5 miles make a sharp right. So I have no idea where that's taking me. But so yeah, here we go. don't know if you can tell on the GoPro what this thing looks like. That is cool. Just seeing the rocks. Yeah, I'm willing to bet the Jeep does not know protocol to pull over when you have cars behind you. Especially if you're not going to go speed limit. I should have had more coffee to deal with stupid people today. This moron wouldn't pass the cyclist. The cyclist had to take the damn overlook to let the Jeep go by. And then the Highlander behind the Jeep was going just as slow, didn't want to go anywhere. So when we got to the dotted line and I realized the Highlander wasn't going anywhere, we flashed a pass and we checked out. So now we can enjoy the scenery and enjoy the curves without people from Georgia in front of me. So it is early morning, it is 8:05, it is somewhere in the lower 50s. We are at elevation and it's time for a little safety tip. When you first start out in the mornings, make sure your tire temperatures are good. If you remember, we started off and we started this trip off on day 2 of the Blue Ridge Parkway, and my tires were underinflated because it was so cold. And so I had to take it very easily and bring the tire temperatures up. And as they did, the tires inflated to the proper PSI. But if your tires are not warmed up, they may be underinflated and handle differently than you expect. They're also firmer and may not be able to hold traction as well. So take it nice and slow. You know, don't overexert your lean angles. Don't accelerate too quickly. Don't expect yourself to stop as quickly. You know, be a little more reserved with your throttle and brake use and cornering abilities. And then also be mindful of what the road condition is. I don't know if you can tell now, but we're on a stretch here north of Craggy Gardens on the Blue Ridge Park. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. We're on a stretch here and the road is very bumpy. There are potholes. There's parts of pavement that dip down. There's bumps. There's cracks. So just be mindful of that. Make sure your tire temperatures are where they should be, that your tire inflations are where they should be, and that you are not outriding your skill. MSF teaches good risk offset. So time it takes to reduce your risk is an instant because it's just a decision. So that's your timely tip for this morning. TwoWheelTrigger's timely tips. That might be a thing right there, buddy. All right, let's get back to the ride. this is the kind of pavement that looks like there's loose gravel on it, which is messing with me. Plus the sun coming through the leaves is messing with me, and every once in a while the sun's in your eyes, which is messing with me. So I can definitely see why this is a little more technical behind us. So all those things together, I can see why this was a high collision area. And that should be the high collision area sign, so we should be out of it now, thankfully. But this is Grandfather Mountain. So Grandfather Mountain Biosphere Reserve is up here, but that's Grandfather right there. They say it looks like a grandfather laying down. You know, you can see his face. Maybe not the best view from here. Definitely needs a shave. When I stopped at the Moses Cone Memorial Park, something. Moses Cone Park. And first of all, they all loved Harley. Secondly, they thanked me for having him in a vest. There was a young girl that kept saying, "Hi, doggy," and thank you to her mom for knowing proper etiquette, and said, "You can say hi, but you need to stay back." And I don't care if people talk to him. That's not going to distract him or anything. You know, it's friendliness. I don't like it when people approach and want to pet him, because we don't have a dog. I have a dog. If he's got his vest on, absolutely not. If we're just out at PetSmart and his vest is off, sure, go ahead. He's a Cocker Spaniel, so he is very protective. They are very loving of their people. So if you pass the sniff test, then hey, we're good. But don't be surprised if he doesn't want you to get too close. And that's the breed. So I went ahead and stopped at a Starbucks, because when you are in full ADV gear on an ADV bike, you do the ADV thing, and that is a chocolate chip cookie and coffee. I think. I don't know. I'm kind of new to this thing. But they loved Harley as well, which, I mean, why wouldn't you? And as I was leaving, we ended up eating outside. He ate his lunch while I ate mine. And as we were leaving, a guy pulled up on a Triumph. So I joked with him on my way out. I was like, doing the ADV thing, stopping at Starbucks. And he said, "What are you riding?" And I said, "That's the Harley Davidson Pan America." He said, "I've never seen one. Can I look at it?" "Absolutely, you can come look at it." He was on a Triumph, and he has another smaller Triumph at home. He had an FZR that he talked about. He said he's never had a Harley. I said, "Well, ride by a dealership, come out and take one for a test ride." We are back on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and I've ridden this part a few times. It's also one of my favorite parts of the Blue Ridge Parkway. Not because it was the only part that I've seen, but from what I've seen so far, between Boone and Blowing Rock is a very gorgeous area. So yeah, we're gonna finish out this little ride, and we'll detour at some point soon, and then we'll come back. Alright, just saw my first detour sign, so I think we're coming up to the detour here soon, which is gonna suck, because I know it's not gonna be as nice as this. Okay, that's the bridge that's closed. I can tell you that because it says bridge closed. I can say that we come this way when we decide to go get Christmas trees. We go to Frosty's Choose and Cut Christmas trees, and it's out this way and to the left somewhere. So this is all pretty familiar, so maybe I'll cut the camera back on when we jump back on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Alright, well, we are still not back on the Blue Ridge Parkway, but this is the town of Jefferson, or the outskirts of town of Jefferson, or something like that. And this road has been freshly paved, so this is not bad. I hope I don't have to go back all the way to Wilkesboro, because that would absolutely suck. But I would really like to get back on the Blue Ridge Parkway now. Okay, thanks. So we are almost at the Virginia border, just south of the Blue Ridge Music Center, which is Blue Ridge Parkway, First Rural National Parkway. That's cool. Milepost 213. So if I want to be really like legit and I want to do the whole thing, then I'm going to have to come back. Parkway enters Virginia. Check that. They should have like a pull off there. But I have to come back and do this through Boone if I want to actually be able to say that I've done the entire Blue Ridge Parkway. The good news is, if I do that, it'll probably be nice because they're doing all the beautification stuff. Alright, so let's get rid of Apple Maps and go back to Rever. I had Apple Maps up because I wasn't sure if I was going to be back on the Parkway when I crossed the state line, and I was trying to gauge where that was. Now that we're on the Parkway, next stop will be the Music Center, and tonight should be Roanoke, Virginia area. Although, if I'm being honest, if I get the opportunity and I can find a hotel north, I may push it. Let's see. I'll get out of that, flip back to Harley. So I've been riding for 5 hours and 51 minutes, 186 miles. That's probably why my butt hurts. I haven't decided yet if the Pan America seat is decent or if I want to look. I've heard reviews of the Corbin, that the Corbin seat is good. I've owned a Saddleman and it was okay. I don't know that I put enough miles on the Saddleman to really break it in because they're the gel core seats and they kind of mold to the user. But I used to get like what you would call a hot spot, and I don't know if it was from the jeans that I wear where like the seam of the pockets, or if it was the seams in the actual Saddleman that was creating the hot spots. But I just remember when I traded that bike in, took that seat off, and we got on the Road Glide Limited, both my son and I said, yeah, I don't think we're going to put that other seat on. Which that other seat was heated. It was a heated Saddleman road sofa. And both of us were like, I'd rather just not have the heat, because that stock seat on the Road Glide Limited was comfortable, at least to me. And remember, I've got a cross-country trip under my belt on that bike, so I got to Arizona and I was fine. This bike, I'm doing all right, but I think I could do something with the seat to make it a little more comfortable. There we go. Oh, cool. Concert tonight at 7. I will not be anywhere near here, but that is pretty cool. We'll take this spot since they can't stay in the lines anyway. Well, we're around Volunteer Gap in Virginia, north of the Music Center and south of Mabry Mill. And these roads are awesome, man. They're just like sweeping curves, smooth sweeping curves. I know it feels like I'm going straight right now, but just trust me. And really open, so you get like a long distance view of the mountains at times. I haven't been recording just because it's gonna be a lot of footage to have to go through, and y'all, this ain't my full-time job. So yeah, I would get stuck behind scooters. So if I haven't expressed enough the importance of training, yesterday when I was on the way up to Cherokee, you know, on the highway, car in front of me slams on the brakes. I mean, we're all going like, you know, 80 miles an hour because it's the highway and it's 70 mile per hour zone. I'm not trying to get rear-ended. So we're all going like 80, and the car in front of me just slams on the brakes. And so I have to do, you know, a quick evasive maneuver. Then I hear a loud crash, and it's not that they hit a car. Somebody lost a freaking 2x4, not even a 2x4, it was like a round 4-inch post off their trailer, and this guy in his little burgundy SUV freaking creams it. Car bounces over it, it goes flying, splinters go flying, and I had already started my maneuver. I am swerving to the right, and the board or the post is like rolling my direction. I probably missed it by like that much, and then I had to, you know, a swerve is 2 consecutive counter movements, right? So like I had done my one to the right to get over, and then I had to do the other one because I was approaching the end of my lane, my new lane, but the lane beside that one was not clear. That sucked up a little bit of the seat into my tail. You got to be vigilant. You got to be scanning and searching around. So I don't think I shared that, and I felt like a dumbass because I didn't have the camera going, because that would have been some epic footage. So now you're just gonna have to believe me that it happened. All right, I stopped in Roanoke, Virginia. I went to Honey Baked Ham. I had an amazing sandwich. Harley chilled next to me and had some water and was awesome and got all the attention and drinks. Yeah, so then I realized it was trying to have me backtrack to Salem, where I was gonna stay. And we're just not doing that. Like, I'll drive all night long if I have to, but I will not backtrack 10 minutes on a trip. So we're pushing forward. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. So when I left Roanoke, my dumbass got on the wrong way on the Parkway, and I was like, man, this is a gorgeous view. Well, yeah, that's because my dumbass saw it already. So anyway, I went down, I turned around. We're just gonna call those bonus miles because it really was a nice view of the Roanoke Valley. But now we are further north on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and this is the kind of view I've been seeing. And so even though my head is still hurting and my neck is hurting and everything is hurting, I had to put the camera back on. Like, it's been this for the last 15-20 minutes. So enjoy. Guys, we're going to jump on this highway right here and finish our little trip over to the hotel. Catch up.